Hey guys, it's day 11 of our Christmas devotion, and today's scripture is Matthew 1:22 through 23. It says, "Now all this took place to fulfill what was spoken by the Lord through the prophet. See, the virgin will become pregnant and give birth to a son, and they will name him Emmanuel, which is translated, God is with us." So, today she talks about how that she's not a good housekeeper. I'm not the greatest housekeeper. The only reason I do the things I do is because I cannot stand the crazy. Right now, being in this room of the house that has had the least attention since we moved in, it's very hard. Because all behind me you see all kinds of things, because we don't have this room like it should be, because other things are more important. I'm very good at procrastination. I'm very good at putting things off, but I'm not really good at housekeeping so much in the sense that everything is always nice and neat all the time. A lot of you think I have it all together. A lot of you think that everything is organized and nice and neat in my home, but it's not. Definitely not. I've shown you my problem areas, my cracks and my pains and the things that get to me, and we all have them. We all have those things, and today I want to talk a little bit about that. But now I have to go change the battery because it is dying, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I was talking about how that we all have those problem areas, those places that are in our lives that are a mess. Okay, and whenever we're going, my Bible is doing, it's not doing anything. There's just like, it's kind of a mess. Anyway, we all have those areas where everything is not perfect, and whenever we are going through hard times, whether it's a loss, a sickness, whatever it might be. You may have seasonal affective disorder. You may have bipolar disorder. You may have some other sort of type of depression or anxiety. You could have a sick loved one. You could have a sickness yourself, lost a loved one, losing a loved one. There's lots of different scenarios. And during those times, whenever you're going through things, those problem areas usually become a bigger problem, and that bigger problem turns into a lot of times something so difficult that you can't like you can't control it. You can't stand it. It causes mental anxiety and things like that. Well, mental anxiety, duh, that's what, okay, causes problems. Anyway, but also during those times, that's when you want to look the most polished, the most perfect, because, you know, you're going to be getting more attention from your friends and family. There's going to be more people around. In those problem areas, they stand out more to you because you think other people will see them. Quite honestly, people probably don't see them. People are probably looking at you and trying to help you. They're not seeing that problem you have with your laundry not being caught up, or with your floors not being mopped or swept or vacuumed. They're not looking at that. They're looking at what is hurting your heart in most cases, if they're really there for you. I'll put it that way. So she goes on and talks about how that a lot of these things can be ugly to look at. These things we go through, not the difficult spots in our lives where we have messes that we really don't like, but we have to deal with them later because that's the way life is right now. Because more important things are happening, you know. she talks about how that they're ugly to look at. And she said, a terminal disease is ugly to look at, and I wrongly worried they would move on to happier, healthier friends. She's talking about her friends, that she thought they would move on because she was that trouble spot. She was that place that didn't get cleaned up, that place that got cluttered, that place that wasn't spit, shined, and polished because she was in so much pain. She was neglecting herself. So, not because she wanted to, but because she had so much going on. So she said that she had felt pressure to pretend that things were better than they were. And it's often the fear of being alone that keeps us showing our cleaned up, covered over selves to the world. It's a lot of work, and the irony is that having good friends who love the fake you isn't much less lonely than having no friends at all. So, we do a lot of times fake it. We fake it till we make it. That's what a lot of people say, And I know I've talked about that with these devotions. And I feel like sometimes we have to do that in a sense. But we don't need to do it so much that we aren't making it. That we aren't doing what we should be doing, which is relying on God. So she says, herein lies the deep, dense beauty of today's passage, Emmanuel. His very name speaks of his character. His name speaks of his location. What is his location? With us. With who? With you. Wherever you are, in whatever condition, cleaned up or burned out, he comes right into the heart of your fight. Psalm 34. I turned over too many Psalms. Now I turn over to a few. Okay. Psalm 34 tells us that God is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. That's verse 18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Jesus is not afraid of your pain and sorrow. He doesn't run from the needy friend. Jesus was built for battle. He shows up on time, every time, bringing comfort with him. Matthew 5:4. I'm going to go there. Oh, I can't turn the page. Come on, finger work. Okay. 5. Oh, still hadn't gone far enough. Still not far enough. Okay. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. He brings comfort to us every time. The world was a mess on the first Christmas night, but Jesus came. He came wearing the name of endless hope and promise with us. God is with us when the money runs out, with us when the bad news comes, with us when the holiday isn't happy, and with us when everyone else disappears. The question this Christmas is not, will Jesus show up? I want to say God for some reason, but will Jesus show up? The question is, will we receive him when he does? Will we receive him even if he is all we have? If we have nothing else, will we receive him? That's the question. Today's a good day to give yourself permission to be a real you in front of the real God. You don't have to hide your hurt or sin. He comes to heal, to save, and to rescue. Let earth receive her King. So today's thing is finding hidden hope. Is loneliness nipping at your heart today? Write Emmanuel on your hand or on a sticky note you will see often to remind yourself that he is the God who shows up. Maybe put it on your mirror in your bathroom, or maybe put it on a sticky note on the cabinet in the kitchen, or on the refrigerator door, or the front door, or on your computer screen somewhere. Write it on your hand if you want to do that. Me, it would do no good. I'd wash it off in no time. But write that on there somewhere so you can see it, and every time maybe say, God is with me. His name says so. He is with you. So dwell on that today. Remember that throughout your day, that God is with you. And that's all I have for today. I hope this made some sense. I hope it helps you. If you don't mind, let me know down in the comments. Let me know how you are. And if you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below as well. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.